What's up to all those alone in the zone? It's JEL, aka John Eli Lopez, back once again on a mission to get you one step closer to being the king or the queen of the pencil. And today we'll be getting into some marker madness. I'll be using the Copic Series A markers. If you'd like to follow along, you don't need a set of some expensive markers. All you would need is a pencil, paper, some good reference material, and if you got anything to add color, that'll be cool. Okay, so let's get started. And today I'll be drawing one of my favorite anime characters, the complex Vegeta. And the reference photo I'm using, you might have seen before, and it's a profile view. I started with my action line. It goes from the peak, the highest peak of his hair to the bottom of his chest. And once I have that in, then I started with the oval for his head, the neck, getting the hair in, the shoulders. And once we have that, everything else just kind of falls into place and flows. And got his chest plate in, the armor that he has, his chest armor with the shoulder strap. And the thing with any of these anime characters that you're doing is you want to get the face expression down correctly and the eye positioning, because once you have those things down, everything else will fall into place or should fall into place. Because if those things are thrown off now, it's not looking like the character. You don't want it to look like Vegeta's brother. You want it to look like Vegeta. All right, so just make sure, take your time and try to get all those features as close to what you are seeing as possible. And of course, the thing is with characters like this from the anime world, you are going to be working off reference material from an artist who already drew Vegeta. So you got to follow the layout basically on what makes Vegeta Vegeta. But it's still your own line work, and some of your own flavor will come out in the drawing. Just trust in what you're doing and go for it. And once we have all the line in, all the line work, the pencil work is done, we are going with uh, the Tombow Black, and I'm just using that, getting the thick outline, and I'm going to come with the thin side for the thinner outline. And the only reason I chose to use the Tombow instead of the Copic Black is because I found the Tombow just was a little thinner with the thin side, and I just like that. So I said, let me just go with this thinner black, and that's for the inside lines that I'm doing here now. So it's just hints of the inner line that I want to make for by his neck and his nose. Just getting those little pieces in there. Because once you have those going, you're going to eventually have to come and erase. So you want to make sure everything is positioned and placed right. And the trick with doing these videos here is that my sketch pad is stationary. So I'm moving around my sketch pad. I can't move my sketch pad. All right, and then now we're coming with the kneaded eraser. And, once you come with that, every other line that you're going to add to this is going to have to come, you know, as a secondary thing. But the main lines are in, and now we are coming with the the skin tone, the base. And you know, when you're coloring, you want to think of it like that. You have a base tone, and then you're gonna have a different tone for where you're adding the shadows and the highlights. So that's why I say you can use any set of markers or any coloring utensil, because as long as you keep that in mind, that you're gonna have a base tone, shadow, and highlight, everything else will fall into place. You are following the fundamentals. So don't worry about having fancy, expensive art material. Think about the fundamentals. All right. So now we coming with this light, cool gray for his chest armor right there. And just like what I told you with the face, everything else, shadow and highlights. Now I'm coming with a darker blue for the shadow area of his the shirt that he's wearing, the blue garment. And I thought that blue was a little too light, so now we're coming with an even darker blue and getting that going. And now you just want to build everything up. Don't try to rush into anything, but just let everything flow. I thought that gray was a little too light, so now we're coming with a darker gray, slightly darker, and add that in. Now the yellow for the gold shoulder strap. And as you see, I'm going back and forth with everything. I'm adding the darker blue now. And that just makes everything richer. You build it up, and it's just adding a certain richness to it. I don't want to work on one area too much. I'm trying to bring everything up at the same time. So as I'm adding the shadows to the blues, I'm adding some shadow to the yellow, the gold, making that more into the gold family. Now I'm coming with this like an olivish green here, and that's just adding that gold shadowish area, because gold is so reflective, so many colors inside there and different type of tones. All right, and now that I'm happy with those pieces, now we're coming in with the blacks. All right, I'm coming in with a tombow for the shaded areas. So now it's a little mix going on here. And you have to make do. I didn't have Copic in this exact tone, and the tombos work very nice with the Copic markers to me, so we're just letting that flow. And the tombow, when you add another layer, it gets even darker, so I like that build up there. Dark blue for his eyes there. And I'm back with the Copic black. And this is what's beautiful about the Copic. It has the thick and the thin side. So you cover more of the surface with the thick side and get it done. And what's beautiful about these markers, why I see what the big fuss is about, as long as you have a flow going, you don't see much streak lines. So now we're coming with the dark cool gray on top of the blue, and that's just going to add the final pieces of the dark shading that I wanted, instead of just leaving it dark blue. A little darker shading on the gold area. This is a dark gray. And now we're coming with just my color pencil here for some slight highlights. The white color pencil. that it. You know, you add that on the gold. You want to push down a little harder, especially gold. You want that to pop. The highlights is what make it. You know, contrasted with the shadows is what makes the gold look official. And there you have it, folks. We are done. Very nice. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, got some value from it. If you did, go Super Saiyan on that subscribe button. Hit the like. Leave a comment. Any feedback will be appreciated. So until next time, John Eli Lopez signing out. Y'all be good and be safe.